They can't hear me at home if I don't say anything, right? If I'm just
No,
waving.
they can't hear you.
Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and welcome to RAWtalk episode 249, and it's going to be explosive. But before we talk about the non-clickbait title, let me introduce Steven. New haircut, Steven.
Fresh to death.
He had to leave work.
New haircut, who dis?
He had to leave work so early to get a haircut. He was like 4.
I may or may not have taken a half day to get my haircut.
He left at 12:20 because his haircut was at 2?
It was at 2.
3?
Because I usually can't get a haircut unless it's like a month out or something like that.
And it took him like a week to trim all that hair down.
Yeah, about that. Mm-hmm.
They had to get the drone out for that.
That's Todd. That's me. That's not me. That's Todd. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Dan, let's see if Dan's camera works today.
I hope it doesn't. Oh!
Ooh, nice
Now
behind the scenes
Dan
look.
has let us know that if he decides to get up during the show because he's on a spinning gyroscopic, like one of those centrifuges because he feels all dizzy and shit. If he decides to throw up, my only request is, Dan, just switch to your angle.
Yeah.
We want to see it.
Yeah.
We want to see it, so switch to your angle.
If it isn't on camera, it didn't happen.
I mean, if you hear yourself throwing up, we need to show it, right?
Well,
Don't
nobody
you always
can-
say that, Todd? If you say it, show it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but we can't hear him because he still doesn't have a microphone. Anyway, let's talk about the explosive title first.
What?
So I was sleeping, and then I wasn't, which means I woke up. And then
That's
after
weird.
the gym,
Is that how that works?
And then when you woke up,
there was that notification from like Steven, like, oh my God, there's rumors on Canon.
I did not say it like that.
oh my God!
And he's like, you better call it explosive.
Explosion.
You better call it explosive. Actually, explosive was my choice, and knowing Dan's feelings, we hope he doesn't go explosive today. But yeah, explosive. Are they explosive? We're going to talk about the Canon rumors and our hopes for whatever Canon comes out with whenever they come out with it. We want to talk about that stuff. But I do think the rumor part is
Explosive!
a lower end explosive. I decided to use the non-clickbait title of explosive. And by non, I mean drop the non and just like non-bread.
Super clickbait.
Are you watching because of it?
Of course, but that
I'm
doesn't mean
only
it's
here
not
because
clickbait.
of it. I'm only here because it's so clickbaity.
Todd wasn't even coming in today.
I
until
wasn't
he-
going to come in until
Hear
I
the
saw how
title.
clickbaity it was, and I was like, I
car
gotta
I was like,
be
oh
there.
shit, I'm going to want to know what that is.
It's explosive.
I want to know what that is.
All
Nope.
right. That's it.
All right, so we got that out of the way. Want to let you guys know to stay tuned for Frovertime. Frovertime is where we end the show, but we still keep the feed going, and we like clap our hands so it's over. But you guys who are watching on the
Are we
live
doing the
feed,
clap again?
did we clap last week?
We don't need to, though.
It was for a
Yeah, what's
explosive.
that for?
It's stupid.
And
Explosive.
Or we just say, okay, let's do
all right,
overtime.
yeah. So Frovertime is where we'll get out the laptops. We'll start answering your questions. If you want to go
Q&A.
questions,
Q&A session.
I don't know about the A's. I know about the Q's.
Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So stick around to the end of that. If you want to do super chats, I think we can check them out at the end of the show, or just keep super chatting us. That's great. You can chat.
Just give us all
we
your
want.
money, please.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Frover. What if we said exclusive? Oh shit! It's explosive. Dyslexic in
That
my
would
own
be even
brain.
more clickbait, like exclusive Canon rumors.
Exclusive.
All right, so stay tuned for Frovertime. We've got a couple of things to talk about before we get to photo news today, which is chock full of oh my God,
Chock full.
so much stuff.
Oh,
it's
it's
going to be
explosive.
explosive. Hashtag Frono's explosive clickbait. Let's talk about what got new. And by what got new,
Brand
is
new?
what's new at the factory.
Brand
And
new?
It's something that's old, but it's not that old.
It's
a-
me.
it's a little old.
Retro.
Hi, it's just me.
From 96. The pinball machine came yesterday.
Oh, that.
So can we show the pinball machine?
There we go.
There it is. That's GoldenEye 007 pinball machine. Awesome.
Best game ever. And best Bond movie.
It is a great pinball machine.
Subjective, but yeah.
Really good pinball machine. It's got a moving satellite dish. You try to get the ball.
I dare any of you guys to play it during work hours and watch Jared. If you want to see somebody bouncing off the walls, it'll be Jared.
Yeah. Only play on your brakes. Do you guys even
There
get
is
brakes?
zero breaks. What are you talking
Play
about?
on your brain.
The only time we can play is if Jared's playing, and then the second we
Nancy!
start playing, go back to
Nancy!
work.
Todd doesn't even know who Nancy is.
No.
HR.
Nancy's our HR person, Todd.
Oh. Yeah.
So we just yell at Nancy all day. Anyway, the pinball machine came from my dad's house. I bought it for him for Father's Day 5 years ago.
And gave it back 5
and
years later.
Now he's having some renovations done to the house. So he's like, he called me one day.
I love the delay.
I was laughing. Hey, Todd, be my dad or something about a pinball machine needing to leave the house.
I'll try.
Oh, God.
Yeah, hello, Jared.
Yeah.
I'm at the store getting apples, and I was curious if you could get the goddamn pinball machine out of my house.
That's kind of how the call went. It was like, Jared, can you take the pinball machine down to the factory? I'm like, fine.
I'd be curious the last time he played it.
When I don't know when
Never.
he played it, but it's a great.
What's a golden eye?
It's a beautiful.
Speaking
beautiful
of,
machine.
my phone is ringing. What are the chances of it being my dad?
Oh my God.
Holy shit, Todd!
He doesn't know the new times, does he?
No.
2 p.m. Fridays.
Hello. We're on RAWtalk live, and we were just talking about you.
Wait, who's that? I thought wait, what? I thought that was me.
No, what do you? Can I call you back? We're talking about the pinball
Me?
machine.
What? Hello? What?
You may call me back.
Oh, wait, I thought I'm on the phone now. What's happening?
No idea what he said.
He just said his printer he has trouble with his printer paper because his printer tray broke.
No, my paper tray broke. It's not feeding the printer.
It's probably cheaper to just order another $99 printer than to get the paper tray replaced.
I need to print out my MapQuest directions.
All right. We'll call you back.
Oh,
How random is that he called?
He
doesn't
calls
even
every time we do a live show.
but he doesn't even know we're doing the show.
Yeah, we need to update him.
And we
2
were-
p.m.
and
And
we
I
were-
need that
3
picture,
anymore.
by the way.
What was that?
I need that picture of him, by the way, when he calls in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now on the phone,
Jared's dad.
Jared's dad.
All right. And another thing came in. I placed an order for a bathing suit because I don't have a bathing suit. The last time I had a bathing suit was about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and it was pink. So I did some research, and I was like, what should I get? And my neighbor, Josh, who lives with his boyfriend, to put that in context, he told me to get Chubbies.
Chubbies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he came over and sat on your lap.
I mean,
Boom.
I mean, if I wore... Anyway, so I wanted to buy the 7-inch ones.
way too big for you. Way too big. You're like a 3-inch one.
Keep on going.
I wanted
Keep
the 7-inch Chubbies. I ended up
Yep.
having to go with the 5.5 because they were out
That's
of...
more
still way
realistic
too
because
big.
that's more realistic.
They were out of
to
the...
be honest.
Yeah. Can we
I
can
mean,
we
let's-
show the picture of my... the special... those.
Oh my.
So the reason I'm standing in front of my unicorn Pegasus is because if we zoom in close
Because
enough...
that's his only friend that goes to the pool with him.
Can we zoom in? There we go.
Whoa. Whoa.
There's Pegasuses.
Oh, man.
But
Wait,
I also did one
Is that
better
your
for you
girlfriend
guys.
wearing those?
Guys, look at this.
Oh my. By the way, keep in mind, Jared only wears jeans like 24/7. This is the first time I've seen his legs in years.
But guess what Todd can see right now under the table?
Oh hey. 3-inch. What? Huh?
Looks
No,
like
so
a,
anyway,
it looks like a tiny mushroom.
I went with a new bathing suit because I needed a new bathing suit in case I
The,
go
the
away.
best is that you sent me this picture. Dan, go back to the one before this, or Todd. You're standing there, and you must have put your
Live
phone
view?
on self timer, and
Yeah,
you see
I did.
live view, and you're like,
I'm glad you cleaned up before you took the
Standing
picture,
there for
by the
like
way.
3 seconds,
Glad,
like,
glad
trying
you
to
took the time
pose.
to clean up.
First off, Eric
it's time to take the trash
did
out.
the lighting in my place and left all these boxes, so I have to take them down.
I'll tell you what I think about those shorts. They are explosive.
All right, let's. Okay, we get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Next is pretty cool. It's an interesting photo discussion, and we do have something explosive for you later. I was looking. There's a site called phillyhistory.org.
which I didn't know existed.
I knew it a long time ago, but what it is a repository for old scans of all the government's photos from the city.
Yep.
So you can search by address and find...
It's just the government. It's not like public donated.
No. It's public. It's like the...
It's the city of Philadelphia.
The
Yeah,
street,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
streets department, the sewer department, all of those people used to go around taking photos. So I'm sitting on the roof the other day, and I'm like, I've seen the photo of the factory from 60.
Yeah.
But then I look it up, and my neighbor points out on the bottom of it, it says 8/24/60. It was 8/24 in 2018 when I was looking at it. This is the Fro Factory, the
Wow.
corner where we're at, where we're not telling anybody where it's at. And this is 1960.
It looks exactly the same, minus the garden edition.
Yeah.
That was a parking lot then.
I like the popcorn lights. Those are dope.
Oh, yeah. We should put that away. And look at the VFW right next door, Todd.
Yeah.
And that was still
Yeah.
around up until, what, 2
2 years ago, it's been shut for a while. I did order the a scan of this, and the first scan they sent me
Terrible.
was so bad. It looked just like this. I'm like, guys, I can't do anything.
No,
with
it
that.
looked even worse than this, I
What's
feel like.
the
What?
what's the company name right there?
Oh, it's products and company tooling. It's tools.
It was
and
all kind of random
That's
products.
products
funny.
and tools.
There's still tools in that building.
That's true. I'm emailing. I emailed the girl who used to live here because she bought it from the people that owned it for 50 years. I'm trying to get more information about the place. But so I got they rescanned it for me, and it's a 3-inch by 4-inch negative. And the file I got was a 350 megabyte TIFF file. So I ordered up a print from adoramapics.com/fro.
You're going to do metal?
I ordered metal, but with
metal.
with the silver shining through.
That's cool. I haven't really seen a photo like, we haven't printed like that yet, right?
Just test prints I've done.
Yeah, but a quality like black and white photo shining through, I think that would look really
So
cool.
I tweaked it. I brought it into
Crushed the blacks.
into Lightroom.
Blown out the whites.
No, I didn't use my preset on it, Steven.
Your Boomify?
No, because Boomify would just look terrible. But I cleaned up some of the major dust. Not all of it,
From the
because there's a
scan.
shit ton of
Yeah.
it. But I got rid of some of the scratches. I got rid of some of the other stuff. I had to move the 48 on the bottom because this print wouldn't have printed 40 by 50. It would have been like 40 tall by 51.5 or something. And so I would have to crop. And I wanted to keep the left-hand side.
Yeah.
I didn't take it. It doesn't matter. I had to keep
I
the
know,
left-hand
you're
side.
so against cropping.
I had to keep the left-hand side because I like the
Crop for
cars and the
days.
framing.
Yeah.
But then what I did is I brought it into Photoshop, and I sized it right, and I cut out the 48 in the bottom corner and just moved it over so it was still in the frame.
Cool.
Because I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that'll look really nice in the lobby.
So
I have another picture too, though.
yeah, we're going to talk about the second picture. I went looking for my house. Well, I mean, it's not my house.
Your loft.
It's my loft building. So this is the loft building. And if you look at the date, is there a date?
Yeah, and
to
the right.
Todd?
Go to the right, Todd, where it says
Todd, to the right?
Yeah, right there. It's
Oh,
there.
there's actually a
Yeah.
date right here.
01.
Oh, shit. I thought
1901.
that
4/15/01.
4/15, that's tax day. 1901, it may have been before tax day even existed.
So was this being built, or I can't really tell? 'cause
No,
what's all the rubble?
What it said was sewer department. They were putting in sewer lines.
Oh.
1901. I thought my building was from 1906.
Well, you should put this in the bathroom. Every time you poop, you can thank this picture.
Yeah. So I contacted them about getting this file. I paid $75 for the other one.
Wow.
For usage.
I mean, what's that, though, really?
yeah.
Usage as in the high res.
Well, yeah, it's a high res, and it was for non-commercial use. That's why I'm not showing it now, but we're just going to the website and showing it because this is public.
Yeah.
So she tells me that this has to wait till Tuesday because she has to go grab the negative.
It's Labor Day.
Oh,
It
that's
has
right.
to
I
wait
forgot
till
about that.
Monday,
Tuesday.
yeah.
I'll be out of the office.
The one day
Sorry.
you shouldn't work.
It's an 8x10 glass slide.
That's awesome.
It's an 8x10
Whoops.
glass.
Sorry about that. Not going to be able to get that to you till next year now.
How great is that, though?
Who has the super glue?
That's so cool.
It's 8 so I'll boomify this and print this on metal for the house.
They really did a lot of work renovating it before you moved in.
Oh, they
because
had to. All
half
the
of
windows.
these windows
Oh,
aren't
look,
there.
in the building
even
there.
the
You
door-
can see
like this
the
whole-
That's my-
photographer guy down in the basement there.
The camera guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. My apartment is top left, the whole top floor. Just kidding. Most of the top floor. Not all the top floor. But those are my windows. And then they sealed that up.
this whole yeah.
That's all mine.
Oh.
This is the
okay.
front of the building.
Yep.
Not the
yep,
side.
Yep.
So
I
cool.
thought it was the side.
No, at first I thought it was the side too, but then when you look at it, that's the exact shape of the building.
This is
still.
the entrance right now, right? The
Yeah.
entrance of the
Somewhere
building.
right. No.
Those doors
no.
that are open is where they build stuff, whatever they do in that.
Yeah, that wood shop.
I don't know what
place,
they
right?
do there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. This is the wood shop place.
No, I think this is the garage door. Oh, are you saying this is next door?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Those two double doors that are closed, that's your entrance. That's your entrance.
This is the entrance. That's your wood shop doors. Yeah.
Wood shop? You mean next door that makes the Pilates machine?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Get that off my damn screen.
Whatever.
But how freaking cool is that? It's
really cool.
I can get a tour of I want to go there and do a story. I think it's fascinating. Nobody's going to watch it because it's not clickbait.
I'm curious how many people actually work there.
Like 3.
Because it's just all.
They have interns. So what she told me is that they do not have a big budget to do this.
I'm sure it's like
what they
nothing.
do is they take boxes that have thousands of negatives in them, all in individual sleeves, and they scan them, type in all the metadata that's on the sleeves, and then re-archive them. It's a slow process. I want to go look, and I would like to help them raise some funds because it's really cool.
There's a bunch of them. I've seen this before. There's a bunch of them from my neighborhood. Right on the church that's on my corner, there's a crazy old picture right across the park. The little trees are like tiny baby trees in those pictures, and now they're giant, huge trees.
That's
in the
awesome.
You know,
park.
so we
It's
also looked
amazing.
in this. We also looked in this neighborhood, and we saw Charlie Gluten from 1948.
Holy crap! Yeah, man.
There he is.
That was that was my uncle.
been a
Uncle
minute since
Charlie,
we've
you
seen
know,
him.
man, you know, he had the poops too, man.
All right, what do we got next?
I was gonna say, what's that girl's name?
Who?
Rebecca, Wendy? Not Wendy. Who's the girl that gets blowjobs?
Hello.
Her.
Taco Bell Becky?
Yeah, I forgot her name. It's
Been that long. That's too bad.
That's Wendy's. We're talking about Taco Bell here.
all right. So we got a Pluggy McPluggerson, and then we're getting into photo news, the explosive discussion.
I'm juggling too many things here.
So we starting right meow is the we're doing a back to school sale. So if you go to fronosphoto.com/back to school. And you know how to spell, you can go to back to school. Use the code FRO48 off, and you get 48% off the price of any of the guides.
Cool.
But most importantly, the video and editing guide. Most important.
But they're
Hashtag feed
48%
Morgan.
off.
Wow, that's good.
They're 48%. Who came up with that, Todd?
I
I'm
wonder.
sure it's a random number. It's something you came up with when you were pooping in your new sewers from
I'm surprised it wasn't like
1901.
49%.
I went with 48.
Because you typically do odd numbers.
Well, this is episode 249.
49.
Yeah, so that's the sale. It goes until the 5th of September. So we are doing that right now. Go to fronosphoto.com/back to school. Back to school. Use code FRO48 off right now. Right now, do it. News.
Meow.
Let's get some photo news music from nobody because we don't have that segment anymore.
It's been a minute since we did that.
Wait, I hear some music.
That's news music.
Is it going to be explosive?
It's explosive.
First up, Sony has revealed new SD cards, branding them as tough cards, claiming they're the world's toughest and fastest SD UHS 2 cards ever made. The new card comes in yellow and black. Hello, Nikon.
That's weird.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
What makes them tough is Sony's new ribless design, which
First
I love.
off, the ladies are going to be upset about that one.
Along with the removal of the lock switch, which nobody ever uses. They also say it has the world's toughest level of bend strength. SD cards do snap very, very easily.
Do they? Have you ever snapped an SD card?
I've snapped an SD card.
How?
Did you?
I've done it on purpose to destroy it.
Well, it's a little different than
yeah,
if
but
you
it's
just-
still easy to.
Well, yeah,
It's
as
not
soon
like
as you
you're
bend it.
Try and bend an XQD or a CF card. It's not nearly as easy.
I mean,
as
how many
an SD
pencils
card.
have you actually broken while you're using them? I
I'm
can break.
just
I can
saying,
break a pencil.
If I were to drop an SD card and you were to step on it, there is a potential of it like breaking.
Do you know what we
pretty
used to
easily.
do back in school, Todd? You ever have pencil fights?
Touch each other? Oh no.
Do you ever throw them up in the ceiling?
No.
Oh yeah.
Sharpen them as much as possible.
We,
throw 'em up.
we used to do rubber bands on our fingers, and then we
Rubber
get,
band gun.
cards, note cards, fold them up into like little like
Footballs?
projectiles.
Oh, Jesus.
They were hard as all, and just whap.
Did you ever do bloody
just
knuckles?
whap people.
No, I never did bloody knuckles.
Bloody knuckles?
No, can I
slam quarters into your wrist, into your knuckles? I mean,
What's that? What is wrong
whoever
with you?
bled first lost.
No, that sounds terrible.
It was a great
Jared
game.
sat up next to the teacher because he probably wouldn't shut up. Jared, it's time for you to come sit next to me.
First
Jared, come sit next to me.
Close. I had to sit in the front of the class because I was fucking blind. So before school started, there was always a note saying, "Can you put Jared in front?"
Jared's like 1 foot away from the board.
I still couldn't see the goddamn board. It didn't matter. Whatever happened, I couldn't see the board.
What? Jared, you're on the back wall. That's not even the chalkboard.
So I couldn't see the board. I couldn't take notes. I couldn't pay attention. I just drew. And then the teachers hated me because I was an asshole and I sat close to them.
I
Some
couldn't
things never
imagine trying to
change.
teach you. It's like squirrel every 5 seconds.
Jared, no.
Jared, pay attention. No.
So back to the pencil thing. We used to do that thing where you would snap the pencil at the pencil in the middle. You get one hit, they get one hit. You get one hit, they get one hit. And you hold it like this, and then you flick it, and whoever breaks loses.
Sounds great.
It's what we did in first grade before you had
Great game.
cell phones.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Also, traditional SD cards have a 3-part body where the tough cards come in a single piece of molding, making them 18 times stronger.
And
they say,
18
than
times
traditional
more expensive.
SD cards. Yes.
Well, do you think they would blow up in an explosive?
So, speaking of pricing, by the way, these arrive in October. The cards will come in 32, 64, and 128 gig capacities and range from $73 to $276 for the 128 gig, which is very expensive compared
look
to
at
the
that.
standard
There they are
SD
breaking.
cards out today.
Well,
Yeah, there's the bend
Snap.
test.
well, it's the truth. I hate SD cards for the most part because of they're not as durable, though they've been pretty damn durable.
I mean, we've really never had problems, minus the rib
we've had
issue.
the ribs with the Lexars, that
Especially
would,
with the MacBooks. You put them in a MacBook
yeah,
SD
it
card
always
reader.
snapped the rib
snaps.
This is how I store mine, by the way. That's how I store all my cards.
So-
pretty much out in the back garden.
Speaking of that, they say the new the cards are now drop proof up to 5 meters, which is
great.
like dropping a
Thank
feather on
you.
the ground.
Here, hold on. Okay, I just dropped the card. That's all out of focus.
Yeah.
Did you take them?
What? What are you talking about?
Alan at Alan's Camera used to say if somebody would drop the memory card or drop a roll of film on the counter or on the floor, he'd say that's out of focus
Oh,
because
Oh,
that was an explosive joke.
right.
inside joke that none of
Camera
us
jokes.
know.
Camera store nerd
No,
jokes.
it's like, oh, that's out of
Great.
focus. You
Yeah.
don't get it?
I mean, yes.
I mean, it's a tender subject for Steven.
X-ray proof they are as well, magnet proof.
Great, they're
dust
X-ray proof. So when they're going through the scanner at the whatever
the film
that
won't
place
get
is
damaged.
called, the
right?
airport.
in the SD card.
What was that?
I said the film won't get damaged inside.
No, but you'll lose
That's
all
what they
your
have
porn
inside
that's on it.
SD cards.
Exactly.
They also say it's waterproof. Now, I've actually washed SD cards before. I've left like a point-and-shoot camera in high school in my jeans, and my mom washed them.
What kind of Jenkos?
No, I don't know. They were just like Wranglers or
jorts.
something.
In his jorts. He left them in his
In my
jorts.
jorts, yeah. And it came out fine. It was a SanDisk card back in the day. It
Were
was
they
a
in
pretty-
focus?
They were in focus, yes.
So here's my thing with the SD cards. I'm glad they got rid of the stupid lock.
The lock I've never personally ever used. Now,
That's
maybe
what
people
breaks.
do.
No, you don't need to do
That's
that.
that's the thing that breaks all the time.
They fixed
Yeah.
all the things that break. Again, the lock, the lock switch, the ribless design, all of that.
And it comes at a price.
And also, it has a write speed of Sony's current cards, which are 299 megabytes a second, and read speeds of 300 megabytes a second. So Sony still remains at the top with the title of fastest
they put
SD
V90
cards
on there
on the
also?
market. Yeah.
So, Steven, what
I
were the
thought
prices
standard.
again on these bad boys?
So the price for the 128 gig is $276.
And what about like the 64?
64, I don't have the exact price for that, but the 32 is $73. So current competitors, I would say $70-ish is about the price for their 128 gig. So this
Wow.
is very expensive compared to the current
Well, at least
competition.
I know I can drop them in the toilet.
And then go pick it out of the sewer.
Yep.
But now, I mean, is the argument going to be that SD cards are now professional cards because they're much more rugged with the Tough brand?
They've always been rugged. Just buy a Transcend.
But are they explosion proof?
And then we've got Tamron. They announced a new version of their 15 to 30 f2.8 lens for full-frame DSLR cameras, which we happen to have right here in our hands. Day of the announcement.
Not in my hands yet.
Not
Well,
yet.
the box is in your hands.
Careful.
So joining their G2 lineup, the lens now has improved vibration reduction with 4.5 stops of VC, faster focusing, and a new AX coating, which stands for Anti-Reflection Expand, which promises to reduce ghosting and flaring. Now, Tamron also claims the lens has exceptionally clear image quality edge to edge. How's it smell? Sniff test?
It smells like Pledge.
Can I take a whiff?
It smells like Pledge.
Pledge? Lemon or orange pledge?
It smells like lime.
Yeah?
This is lighter than I expected it to be.
So this will ship in late September for Nikon shooters and early October for Canon users. The lens will come in at $1,299, which is a lot of money. Looks like a nice wide-angle lens, though, for a nice range for 2.8, although I still like the 14 to 24 for the Nikon side and the 11 to 24 for Canon, although it's an f4. But it's priced just like their other G2 models, which we've tested out their 70 to 200 and their 24 to 70.
No, this isn't that lens.
It's not that lens?
No. I'm like, this is a 17 to 35. I'm like, this doesn't feel
Oh,
like...
you told me yesterday they sent the 15 to 30.
Whoops.
Hey, this year of the week, the 17 to 35. I'm sitting here going, this doesn't feel like.
Just
Pre-production.
pretend
Pre-production.
15 to
Pre-production.
30.
Oh my God, I'm like, what lens is this? Can I have the box back?
Throw it on the ground.
Yeah, no, I want the box. I want to put
Drop test.
no
Live drop test.
Yep.
Do it.
Why not? You
So
won't.
this is not the.
Yeah, you're like yesterday. Yeah, they gave us a new 15 to 30.
Because I'm like, did they
I'm like,
send us?
oh, cool. That's being announced today
I thought it was.
or tonight at the time.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention to the email when they said,
Well,
"Hey,
That's
I
weird.
think what happened is you got the embargoed email, and right when you were looking at that, you happened to get the box in your hand.
So guys, just imagine that this would be the.
It's gonna look
15 to
very
30.
similar.
It's probably.
Let's
not-
pretend that's that.
I was like,
This is where we used to cut out things in RAWtalk
no, but that's funny.
when we weren't live.
I thought for a second there was the wrong because I felt this and I'm like, yeah, I feel like a G2 lens.
I didn't even look at the box.
You
'cause I
suck.
I opened it. You're the one that told
it
me
was
it was
your
the 15
job.
to 30.
One job, Steve.
You had one job.
I didn't open the box.
job.
You
One
just literally
job,
opened the
Steven.
box.
Yeah, but you took the box out of the box that it came in.
And you told
You
me it
weren't
was a
so
15 to
worried about
30,
cutting
and I
that mop
put it right
top of
here.
yours.
Dude, this is an explosive.
explosive argument.
This is really explosive.
Keep going.
Anyway, moving on to a camera that we don't have currently.
Camera?
Nikon has announced
No,
a
well,
successor.
let me talk about gear of the week.
Oh, you're
Gear of the week is the 17 to 55, 17 to 35. It's
Sure.
a 2.8 to 4.
Not
Now,
the
is that
15 to 30.
actually the lens?
Somebody take a look at what this might cost because I did not look this one up. But something tells me it's a little more affordable than the $12.99 because
Tamron's
it's a
gonna love
2.8
us.
to 4. But it's a nice zoom range from 17 to 35.
This one is pretty new. They just announced
Which
this
one do
too.
you have in your hands now?
The 17 to 35.
This
That's not
is a
even
full
that's not
frame-
even what I have here. This is the other thing.
Yes, this is the 15
That's
to 30.
the 15 to 30.
That's
Todd.
what the whole news story was about.
Great.
That's what
Moving
we just
on.
talked
That's
about.
what the whole story is about.
Great.
Thanks. We'll test this out.
Oh, thanks for watching, guys.
It's made in Japan.
Oh, that's weird.
Just keep in mind there are explosive rumors upcoming.
Coming soon. So Nikon has announced the successor to the D3400.
Nuh-uh.
Introducing, guess what the name is?
Z12.
D3500.
Hey, can we just talk about why the Canadians want to call it the Z6 and Z7?
That's how they say Z.
No, you don't say it's Z.
In America.
You tell me that they go into school A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K,
We have to
L,
wait
M,
for
N, O,
this
P.
gag. We have to wait all this time. Just
I
go
just
to
thought
the end.
I
Just
couldn't
skip to the
start
end.
at the end.
X, Y, Z.
X, Y, Z.
That's what you want to say.
No, that's not how
hard.
the song
Let's
goes.
just get to the point.
Now I know my
Nope.
ABZs. Won't you come and play with me?
Moving on.
Is that how that song goes?
Exactly how it goes.
No, you guys out there, do you call it the Z?
Again, America does. For Z.
It's called the Z.
Canadian.
No, Steven.
Australian?
Steven, I've got a piece of paper here. In Canada, it's not this. They don't write on the box and call it the Z7.
Yeah, but we also don't write Z-E-E.
I wrote Z-E-D-D.
I know what you wrote. I'm just saying we don't write Z-E-E even though we pronounce it Z.
But it's the
Never
letter
mind.
Z.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Z.
Sure.
You don't spell C, C-E-E.
Sure. Sure.
This is an explosive RAWtalk.
Sure.
So again, they introduced the D3500, calling it the lightest and friendliest DSLR ever made. The entry-level camera isn't much of an upgrade at all from its
What makes it
predecessor,
friendly, though?
on the inside at least.
If it was purple and was named Barney, it would be the friendliest of
Yeah.
cameras.
The
Why so
overall
friendly?
design of the camera has changed, though, mimicking the D5600 with a more ergonomically designed grip.
It does not look like a D5600.
And the back of the camera is like almost exactly like the D5600.
I thought it would have a flippy dippy screen.
So it has everything minus that very angle touchscreen, making the camera lighter and smaller than ever before, but it's really only about a 1/4 inch in depth, smaller and 1 ounce lighter,
what
so
was
it's
wrong
not
with
that big
guy's
of a
hand?
change. Spec-wise, it's nearly identical to the D3400, except now with a newer version of SnapBridge, and they say it's a new sensor. It's equipped with a 24.2 megapixel DX sensor with no OLPF, has an X-Speed 4 image processor, which is now 2 generations behind. Surprised they haven't
That's
upgraded to 5.
explosive.
ISO range of 100 to 25,600, and it shoots 5 frames per second. Again, basically everything the same, spec for spec. from the D3400, except that newly designed sensor, they say. And the battery life has been improved with a 29% battery boost, now giving the camera about 1,500 shots per charge opposed to 1,200.
Oh, Jesus Christ, who cares?
And the D3500 will ship in September for an 1855 kit price tag of about $500 or $496.
Wow.
And I mean, I will say the D3000 series in general, it's always been a very affordable option, and
It's the
gives you
Rebel
great
option.
results. But it's cheaper than the Rebel,
Yeah, it's super cheap.
and it gives you a lot. It gives you a whole lot.
I'm gonna wonder and venture this. I'm gonna wonder if they're gonna come out with a Z series Z3500 or something one day.
Nikon also made sure to add that, in quotes, the D3500 reaffirms our commitment to releasing convenient DX format
yeah, it
DSLR
does.
options
Super
for those
convenient.
just discovering photography in their press release. So
Right.
DSLRs are here to stay, according to Nikon.
Well, it's pretty
And in other Nikon news, the camera manufacturer has issued a statement regarding the demand for the new Z7, the Z7.
It's not Zed. Do you, Todd? Zed?
Nope.
Zed's dead, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Zed. Hey, Dan, how did you miss that joke in Photo News Fix? Yes, cut to your angle and say you're sorry to the people at home that
He
you
can't cut to his angle right now.
Nope.
Oh, he can't.
He's
No.
on the 2-shot.
Oh,
Now
I-
he can in 1 second.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, we have a splitter going in.
Okay, don't cut to you. But Zed's dead, bro. You could have used that, but he used Zoltan. That was kind of funny.
That was good.
Zoltan was kind of funny.
Is that Where's My Car?
Yeah,
The best.
I didn't know that. I forgot.
It's been a while.
Zoltan.
Zoltan. So Nikon Inc. says, interest in the Nikon Z series has been exceptional. We will work to fulfill customer demand as quickly as possible and will be shipping product as scheduled beginning September 27th. Now, keep in mind, this only applies currently to the U.S. market, they say. And according to a Q&A session that was had at the factory where Z7 cameras are being made, Nikon is producing 20,000 units per month. I just hope personally that this isn't the D850 all over again, where unless you pre-ordered it, it's nearly going to be impossible
Oh,
to get one.
and we have a,
look, we got a
manufacturer
factory
in the
employee
studio
right now.
today.
Yeah, so I was at the factory,
Uh-huh.
and I noticed that we can only make 20,000 units a month.
Sure, so shouldn't you have like a hairnet on too?
I can't breathe. I'm kind of.
Why are there so many curly hairs in my Zed?
The sensor has hairs all over it.
So I was on the line this week, and I'm sorry I hit the wrong button. We produced a lot of Z4s, and unfortunately, we won't be able to meet demand right away. I apologize profusely, and I'm sorry I forgot to wear my hairnet, and that is really the reason why there's no Z7s.
Can you also explain why it's a battery pack and not a battery grip on
Yeah,
the Z7?
so the answer is I came in one morning, I woke up, and I was
sir,
like,
why are you yelling?
I'm trying to talk
Seriously.
I can hear you. I'm right next to you, sir.
Respect me. Respect me. I demand respect. I came in one morning and I was like, I got it. Mr. President of Nikon.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, yes. What do you have there, son?
I have an idea.
Whoa!
I have an idea. The idea is this. If we come out with a grip for the Z7 or 6,
You mean Z7?
yeah, that.
Okay.
Why don't we revolutionize and take out the shutter button and command dial?
And
You know,
not make it a vertical grip, but
and
just
not-
a battery pack. Like
and
it
not
just gives
do an-
extra battery.
You think you're funny? You didn't have the yellow jacket on.
Yeah, leave that to the professionals, Steven. Yeah,
You-
seriously.
wasn't
just-
your
just
yellow
leave it to the
jacket.
professionals.
it to me. Is that what
Hey.
you're saying?
I mean, look how look at that hair. Look how.
Fresh to death, son. Come on now.
I know who's gonna like that.
I look good.
One of our old time listeners that just winked. I hope that guy's watching.
Welcome back to RAWtalk, everybody.
Hello, we're back.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, so the grip is a battery pack we found out through an interview from Tim Carter, and yeah,
No relation
not
to
a
Jay-Z.
vertical grip.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I called Nikon. That's why we did that bit in Photo News Fix, because they did verify after many hours that, in fact, currently there is no button in that camera.
And there
in that
can't
grip.
even be third-party grips, right? Because
We
there's no
don't know yet.
contacts.
But there's no contacts, but we don't know if when you shove it
if it's like a Canon grip where it actually goes into the battery, just like how
like
okay.
this.
Okay.
If you
Oh,
up
yep,
at the
okay,
top.
yeah,
So
all right.
if this is the Canon thing and you go up here, there may be some contacts, and those contacts
But where are the contacts at? Where's the specific area that you got to hit?
like right here. This is and then it leads to an explosion. Stop.
Son of a.
So, yeah, I mean, Velo would normally make a third-party grip if the manufacturer was too expensive or something like that. It usually works well. I've had
whatever.
a Velo grip before in
I
the
would
past.
never buy a third-party grip on my camera.
Because you're too bougie.
I love third-party grips. I pay a lot of money for those.
I get it.
All right, back to news. We're not happy with the grip. Let's leave it there.
Do you know what's funny I noticed about Todd, though?
What?
Oh, here we
He's
go.
old?
No, he comes here. He goes across the street to Murder Mart. He buys a Red Bull that's the largest Red Bull as he's drinking it.
Murder Mart.
He goes to Murder Mart. He buys a Red Bull. He buys a bag of fucking potato chips.
I saw Hank Heroin over there when it was pouring down rain. He's like, "You got $1." Like, no, man, you take plastic. One of these days they're gonna be like,
They're
yeah,
gonna
sure,
pop out that
swipe.
square reader.
Yeah, let me get out my iPhone 10. Hank Heroin.
Oh, man.
There was a shooting there a couple months ago.
Oh.
There's a drive-by.
It was a drive-by.
Yeah.
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 A lot of great things happen on this corner.
We get to hear
Love
them all.
working here.
We see them all the car accidents like the other day.
We've become very
Todd,
friendly with the detectives around here.
The other day, we hear a that.
It was
We hear that
explosive.
again because
Yeah.
there's a bad corner out here.
It was Jared dropping the Tamron lens.
Yeah. We check back the footage. I go outside. You hear the people yelling at each other. They go, "You didn't stop at the stop. You didn't do." The woman's like, "I did stop," and I'm looking at the footage. Yeah, she stopped. But usually, when you have a stop sign and the other people can just drive, you don't go when you see a car.
Oh, did she think it was like a four-way? Maybe
She probably thought
Yeah.
she thought wrong,
Yeah.
and she pays the price now.
Totally
She
her
chose
fault.
poorly.
Totally her fault.
And I don't
Okay.
think the cops ever showed up because two people came in and swooped up the cars to take them right to the auto body shop.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were right behind them. They pulled over right away.
They may have caused the accident.
Probably. And then the most important news story today.
This is the most. Hold on, let me get a
Most
news bed for
important.
this because this is breaking
Just want to
news.
preface that. Biggest news story possibly of the year.
Hold on, this is explosive.
Yeah.
Hold on to your
Yeah.
seats.
Are you guys
Dan, are you ready
Ready?
to explode and show people explosive?
Lego
Oh shit! This is
has revealed a new female photographer mini figurine.
Is Dixie Dixon one of them?
Dixie Dixon is
There
not one of
she
them.
is,
No, she's
smoking
blonde
hot.
hair.
There
She
she
wears
is.
a hat.
She's smoking,
Smoking
hot.
hot.
Is that the Gary Fong dome?
That is a flash, sir. Can't you clearly tell it's a flash? Come
Yeah.
on now.
Man, she's sexy.
I remember my first time looking at a camera. Coming in the new City People pack, the photographer appears to be a wildlife Lego person since she's
Oh,
seen
look at that.
photographing a bald eagle on
Wait.
top of a mountain.
Why does that eagle have a bomb?
A fish.
No, that's a bomb.
Your blind eyes are, yeah, it's
No,
definitely
it looks like a.
Whoops.
Who's this woman?
explosive.
Who's this woman? Is that Napoleon Dynamite's
I
mother?
think that's a guy.
Oh,
not
look,
a
there's
woman.
Dan with his baby down at the tent there.
And that's his. Hi guys.
Hey, it's Dan Jr. down here.
So Todd,
Look,
switch.
it's a hawk.
Speaking of Dan, switch to that next picture to top off the set. We also have a
Oh, heidily ho, guys.
we have a mustache rocking Hawaiian shirt wearing dad who is AKA Dan. He was holding a selfie
It's
stick.
close to Ken Rockwell if it didn't have a mustache.
Yeah, I
That's
could see
funny.
that for sure.
That guy.
But yeah,
that's an amazing
Selfie
Lego
stick with the
piece
family.
right
You can
there.
buy that too.
Wait,
it all
what-
comes in the new City Pack, which is now City People Pack. It's now available for $34. Get your copy over at Amazon.
You're gonna get that, aren't you, nerd?
I'm definitely getting that. No, I'm not getting that.
Oh, come on, dude. How can you
I
not
couldn't care
get
less
that?
about that. Dan's more of a Lego person than I am, to be honest.
Dan's the one who built the Lego.
He bought the he built the Lego RAWtalk set.
Set, yeah.
Which, by the way, when we were transferring all the footage over to the server last week, I found that actual project file of
Oh, yeah?
the Lego RAWtalk intro. We should run that again.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Wait, so what? I thought this was the all-female pack.
No, it's not an all-female
That's what you
pack.
said at the beginning.
No, I said it's just a female photographer mini figurine with a camera.
Oh, I just thought that meant all of them were going to be females.
But I do want to
No.
say that I don't think the camera she's rocking is pro because it only has one SD card slot.
Oh,
clearly tell
I
there's
see
no
what
two
you
card
did
slots, so
There. I see what you did
It's
there.
she should just throw that camera out.
Probably.
It's a piece of crap. Yep, see it right there. See it?
I got distracted by her nice jacket.
Let's see, and
Look at
then
the hawk. It's still got a.
it's got a
bomb.
it's clearly got a bomb, and not a fish at all.
And then you got Napoleon Dynamite's mother, grandmother.
Dang it.
Okay, and there's Dan.
Okay.
AKA camera.
All right, we're done with that.
And then to the actual news
Oh,
story.
this is the explosive story.
This is the real one. Canon Rumors is reporting a quote-unquote full list of gear that Canon will announce supposedly on September 5th ahead of Photokina. Now, the list includes what they're calling an EOS R body, which I assume is their full-frame mirrorless camera, along with a plethora of mirrorless lenses.
What do you think R stands for?
Well, R on the A7 side was always their high-resolution camera.
Radioactive.
But based on the price that they're rumoring, this looks like the lower-end A7 III competitor. But we'll see. So they're saying it's a 24-105 f4L kit lens it'll come with. They're also going to announce, apparently, an RF51.2L.
Why'd you skip the BGE 22?
Oh, I'm getting there.
Do you know what that is?
I'm getting there. It's a battery grip.
Oh.
RF51.2L, RF28-70 f2L.
I don't know about that.
Which would be pretty incredible if that was really coming out. And RF35.
But it's not a 24.
I would still rather take the f2 over an f2.8.
But I want 24 millimeters. I
It's
don't want
4
28.
millimeters.
4
I'm good with
millimeters
that.
makes a big difference.
But I would still.
Ask Todd.
Yeah, I agree.
They
Every
also
millimeter
have,
counts.
They're saying an RF35 1.8 MIS, which I assume is part of their lower end full frame mirrorless lens lineup.
M, it's the M lineup.
No. It says RF 35 1.8 M, but I assume the M is their lower end, not L. L is always their high end glass.
What about
so.
S?
S. There's also mention of a BGE 22 grip, which I assume again is a
Maybe
grip.
it has a button.
Hopefully they won't do what Nikon did, and it'll be an actual grip and not a battery pack. We'll see. There's also mention of an adapter, which is interesting because there's 3 names written down for the adapter, including
Madaper.
Madapter. It's M Adapt R, M Adapt R ND, and M Adapt R PL. Now, commenters are pointing out that the possibility of there being 3 separate adapters, one being a normal EF to R adapter, and then the ND one standing for neutral density filter, and the PL standing for the PL mount.
Well, would you think that if they're doing PL, are you drawing with your finger?
I am.
If they're gonna
This
catch
right
PLs,
here,
maybe it's
guys.
gonna be a high-end video
This.
camera.
So that leads us to believe, that
He's just discovering the surface.
that leads us to believe that this will be maybe a high-end video-centric camera. Maybe this is their, again, A7 III competitor, because the A7 III is more of a video shooter, in my opinion. That's like their high-end video on the A7
What if they
lineup.
have 2 cameras?
I don't
You
know.
think they'll have 2?
Will they announce 2 like Nikon did? Will there be one later on? Will they announce 3? Who knows? There's really nothing been confirmed. Nothing confirmed at all about the Canon lineup. So there's also rumored specs that they posted a couple of days ago.
Okay, you got those?
According to Canon rumors, Todd has that slide as well. The camera will have a 28 megapixel. Actually, maybe he doesn't have that slide.
Todd,
28 megapixel.
Todd, just clear this and then just draw what Steven's saying, please.
28 megapixel full frame sensor. All right, how about this, Todd? Dual pixel AF. Good luck with that one. 2 circle. Oh God.
Those are eyeballs, guys. Those are eyeballs.
It'll have in-body image stabilization.
In-body stabilization. That's a squiggly line.
It'll
That's what
shoot 10 frames a second, 4K at 30 frames per second, and 1080, they're saying at 60 frames per second, and it'll be priced around $1,900. Again, all of this, take it with a grain of salt. It's rumors. We don't know anything for
This
a
is
fact.
the official release right there from Nikon, by the way.
This is actually a rumored a leaked picture.
Breaking news, explosive. These are the specs for the new Canon.
You're welcome.
But
By
yeah, I
the
mean,
way-
Wrong one.
I'm missing my explosion.
it makes me think that it's going to be an A7 III direct competitor. Again, if it's priced $1,900, none of these specs could be even right. So who knows?
Todd, can you clear this so
Canon rumors has
I'm
had
attempting
nothing
here.
this whole time except this week, and they're getting a lot of random things sent to them.
He's hitting undo. Well,
trying to
so
use your
what I
pencil.
find interesting, based on the rumors, the lenses that are coming,
Yes,
because that's
way more lenses than Nikon.
no, it's not.
announced.
Well, but you don't know. You don't know if it's the roadmap or a launch. You
That's
don't know if
true.
all that's
it might
at
be
launch.
development announcement
What
or
I'm saying
something
is,
like
though,
that.
an f2 zoom lens that's an L, a 51.2 L, a
And-
1.4 that's an EFM, so that's for the other camera.
Yeah, EFM is for the mirrorless APS-C.
Yeah, so at least they have They have a 1.2. They have an f2L.
And the 51.2 has been a staple on the EF side, so that's pretty remarkable. They're also saying they're going to announce 2 new DSLR lenses, the 600 and 400 f2.8 and f4. The next versions of those, the version 3.
Yeah.
I didn't bring that up because it's just another version.
And with the mounts, if there are adapters that allow you, because people are like, will it be able to adapt my lenses?
Native adapter, hopefully.
Well, yeah,
I mean, it will be. It's Canon.
It has to be.
Yeah.
They have a native
already have it.
adapter for the EOS M.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't? And that works seamlessly when we used it.
Yeah, there was no issues.
The big question is, are they going to do 2 cameras? Are they going to? How many card slots will they have?
Yeah. How many card slots is going to be a big thing, especially after the
I
Nikon.
heard it's going to be 3. According to the comments, people think it's going to be 3 card
47.
slots.
Well, if we
Has there
look
ever
at
been a camera with 3 card slots?
no,
Just 2, right? There's always been just 2.
no.
Yeah.
But if you look at something like a 6D Mark II, they got a lot of shit for taking out a card slot, and now it just has 1 card slot.
I thought it always had 1, didn't it?
Well, it only has I
The
don't
60
what, the
and the
6D?
60 Mark II? I thought that always had 1 slot.
Well, maybe they should have upgraded.
No,
because
I
there's
think they
plenty of
should've.
room in that camera.
Oh, in that
That
grip?
camera takes plenty of
That
stuff.
beefy grip.
What memory cards will they go with? Will they go with an XQD?
Well, so Canon has always went CFast, and Nikon has went XQD, and same with Sony. So I would think it would be a CFast card slot versus an XQD form factor, but who knows? I would like to see 2 of the same cards if they do dual
of
cards,
course.
obviously. If it's SD, give me UHS2.
They're definitely not
please.
getting 2 CFast into a small camera.
No way.
I mean, come on.
CFast is what? Is it thinner than CF or about the same?
No, it's like a CF card.
Yeah, it's about the same.
So that even right there probably is too big.
Unless it's a beefy grip, and who knows?
I just hope they don't make it like an EOS M50.
So they're also rumoring that it will look like an EOS
No.
M50. I think that would be a terrible choice.
Just
if
make it a
that happened.
5D Mark IV looking like.
A thinner 5D Mark IV. I think that's what most people want.
I'll
They still
take
like
that.
the ergonomics. Todd
Take
loves
my
that.
money.
I'll
I'll take it right now.
But yeah, if they give me a tiny camera like the M50 I picked up yesterday,
Yeah.
you can't even grip it. It's so small.
Well, it's good in
It's great for, like,
13-year-old
Morgan.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's great for Morgan, but it's not.
Is that what she said, Todd?
It's
No.
not for
Absolutely
You spoke too
not.
soon
Real.
there, sir. Way too soon.
That is a teeny tiny camera, though. I
It's
will
really
say.
tiny.
I use it
Yeah.
for vlogging. That's what
Yeah.
I vlogged at
Yeah.
NASA with.
It's great.
It's great for vlogging. I mean, it's lightweight. It's
But
no
it-
dual pixel in 4K.
But what it
which
has,
they need to fix.
right, and what it has that's awesome is a flippy out rotatable screen.
Yeah.
Every day of the week. If they put that on a 5D, mirrorless, win.
If they give
It'd
me
be explosive.
from a video perspective, video shooter perspective, if they gave you very angle screen, 4K, 30p, even 60, but I doubt they'll do that. C-Log, along with these rumored ND and PL mounts.
Well, we don't have PL lenses.
Yeah, but PL, you can get a PL mount on a C300,
So
C200,
how
or an EF
How
mount.
would an ND thing work? It
Well,
goes on the lens,
here,
the same
let
as
me-
it does?
It would go in between the
Well, let me
lens
in
and the
between.
actual.
Well, let me explain it. So on a
Oh.
lens like a 400 2.8 and a 600 f4, in the back, at the very back, where the
It'd be
lens
very similar to
mounts,
that,
yeah.
there's a drop-in filter. And so you have a drop-in filter, which then is smaller and less expensive than having to get a massive one at the end of it. So if I had to guess, it would be like they'll probably have like a circular.
Well, the question is, will it be variable?
Well, yeah,
ND
because it
filter?
would maybe have one of those.
Would it be like a
switches on it.
C300 where I can just adjust, 3-stop, 6-stop, whatever it may be?
Oh, I
Um,
didn't think about that.
and
If it
adjust
had
all that.
movable
I mean,
ones.
yeah.
if that's legit, that's a video play right there.
So that
me.
would be different, way different than anything else in the market right now, in terms of mirror for that price range.
Well, here's a wish list
$2,000.
for me for a Canon. I'd want to see.
And
well,
dual pixel in 4K. I meant to say
Well,
that.
dual pixel would be, of course, great.
Yeah.
If it has, if it's a full frame camera that's smaller and lighter than the 6D Mark II, which I used to vlog with. The 6D Mark II has a rotatable screen, which made that awesome to vlog with. If either they come out with one camera or 2 cameras, or if they both, whatever they come out with, has a flippable screen, that would be incredible for vloggers. That could be like the best vlogging camera ever, but the question is, will they cripple it? Will Canon cripple their own stuff?
I, coming from a Canon shooter, I kind of think they will because they've disappointed me so many times. But who knows? Maybe they switch their mindset this time around because Sony's just been crushing everyone right now.
Huh.
But I'd like to see basically a 5D and a mirrorless body. Now, give me some upgrades, obviously. Give me maybe a little high. 30, I do like 30 megapixels,
You don't
but
need that many megapixels.
you need about 24 to get that, nice 4K full frame 1:1 readout.
120 video.
120 video. They're
Yes.
saying 1080 60.
Yep.
I think 120 is needed. I
Yep.
think even more than that, maybe
1080-60.
240 give me.
1080-60 would be like a step back, or a step from 2 years ago.
Exactly.
If you don't do 120, because the only one that does 120 is the 1DX Mark II.
Correct. Yeah, because 5D does 720p at 120.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
I like.
Which
never,
is
ever
insane.
used.
That's
Which we
crazy.
did do. We did that across the street when we tested it with the
Yeah.
ill Dutes.
It's a real world review. We shot Todd shot a music video.
I got the focus right because I was touching it on the iPad at that time.
Yeah.
And that's I do love Canon's connectivity
Oh,
too.
you got the connectivity. That thing's awesome.
connectivity with their app. I think everything
I love
looks
that.
great.
I
Todd
love
uses
that,
it all
man.
the time. To
All
film your
the
videos.
time. I actually even have a little stand. I put my little iPad in there and I monitor and change settings and
Yeah, I
all
mean
that
Todd
jazz.
uses his 5D way more than me in terms of
Yep.
video. I never. Use
I'm
it for
way
video.
better with it too, to be honest.
Way
I mean, To be
worse.
really
Way worse,
to be
too.
honest, I would crush you on a 1-to-1 battle. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at.
I've actually switched pretty much to Sony A7 III, at least what we use for our real world reviews at this
Sell out.
point.
That is what we've been using.
We use everything. We use D850 in the studio, locked off. We use Sony A7 III, run and gun. We use Canon for vlogging. I mean, we almost use
Fuji?
every type. Not Fuji. We don't use Panasonic right now with GH5s.
You use the Leica for the nothing.
Leica
the
doesn't
Lei-
do like any.
Oh,
No, we don't use Leica. The Fuji. No Fuji.
The Fuji XH1. The
they had a
quality
good
looks
album.
great.
I like that one album, the score.
The Fuji's.
Is that the one with the pencils on it?
Yeah, no,
just
that's
kidding.
Lauryn Hill.
I know. That's that El Boogie.
20th anniversary the other day.
Did you
by
get
the way.
anything in the mail?
I did not.
No.
I did not. Nope.
But back to this conversation, I would also like to see, higher frame rate. I would like to see it be 10 frames a second, like they're rumoring as well. If they just match that A7 III and give me some more, just to future-proof it a little bit,
Nope.
then I'm sold. Easy.
What if it has one card?
Oh, I will say the A7 III with that dual card recording is incredible.
Yeah.
Redundancy, really the only brand that right now records, I think, at least to my knowledge, I could be wrong, to two cards, video to two cards simultaneously.
Yeah.
And proxy recording is pretty incredible. If Canon can match that, again, if they can match it
And
and give me some more.
have good glass. I mean, if
But
they're
if they come out very angle, C-Log, 4K, dual pixel.
will that
with
make
those
up if it only has
adapters?
one card? Well, I guess
I
look,
shoot my 5D with one card a lot.
which is insane. The M50
because the SD card slot slows it down so much.
but the M50 has one card slot, and you shoot a lot of vlogs and video with that. I do.
You do, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, our D850s, we only record with one card slot.
Well,
in
'cause that's
studio.
what it lets you do.
That's all it lets you do.
with
Again,
video.
only Sony's really let you do dual. So
Yeah, I
it's
think-
not really a deal breaker.
I think if it does have one card slot, or if they have two cameras, or who knows, that people are probably going to be so burnt out on complaining about one card slot that it won't be as big of a deal.
it's going to be the same thing.
There has
over.
to be a reason why these
Same thing that
companies
Nikon-
would consider that.
Yeah.
If they consider it, there has to be a reason.
Yeah.
I,
Todd, what do you, anything for you
I mean,
video wise? Like, is there a
I mean,
certain
for video, it's not like you shoot dual cards in a red camera. You shoot the one card, you dump it. You shoot the one card, you dump it.
Well, Reds also record like, at least I thought they record also high-end proxies and like 2K proxies and stuff like that.
To the one card.
Yeah, I thought there was two.
You know what I mean? It's. I don't know how they would even gather data on it, but I mean, if they really did the research in terms of if this is a video-centric idea, how many people shoot dual card with video? I mean,
right now, currently Sony users.
just Jared. It's just Jared.
I do.
Just Jared.
I would like to see an update to their codec that they use, not that motion JPEG,
that
500
motion that's so
megabits a second,
bloated.
Bloated, yeah.
insane. I mean, I think even with the iMac, it probably would still stutter if I played that back native full res.
Like did Dan?
But the
Exactly.
quality though is incredible still. With the 5D Mark IV, it still looks great.
We thought about using
People
5D
just
Mark IVs
shit
in
on
here.
that camera, and it's an incredible camera still.
Did people shit on the 6D Mark II? Oh, that's right. They did shit on the 6D Mark II.
People shit on everything Canon these days. And if they just actually used them and
it,
didn't...
and it doesn't even have S-Log.
Slog,
Yeah.
you mean?
It
Slog.
has C-Log.
The 5D Mark IV does have C-Log now. You can get that upgraded
Slog.
version, but I still don't shoot really in log half the time anyway.
Yeah, that was $100.
Just for our workflow, we're way too turn around.
What do you guys think? What do you want to see if you're a Canon shooter in a Canon future mirrorless full frames. 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 4. What do you want to see in these things? What do you think about the rumors? What do you think about the lenses? If you had to compare, not that I really want to do this, but between what Nikon has announced and what these specs are looking like, I mean, I don't think we're in a jump ship game anymore. I think if you own all these EF lenses and they come out with a native adapter, you'd be really stupid to switch to a Sony unless there was some like what people also have to remember is that yes, Sony has a 5 or 6 year head start on this stuff. They've already done their shitty iterations and gotten it out of the way.
Well, they finally perfected it in that 3rd iteration.
Right, and I think that the Nikon iteration is already a great start.
Definitely.
But of course, you want to see that have a better start than theoretically where it is, but we really haven't fully used it yet. And in my experience, it worked very well, especially with the FTZ adapter.
Well, it's funny. We just remade our mirrorless versus DSLR video this week, and I went back and looked at the original one, which was filmed about 3 years ago. And the original one, almost none of that holds up to today's Sony cameras because it was talking about how mirrorless cameras usually lacked like a joystick, smaller battery, smaller grip, all of that, 1 card slot. Sony has literally fixed all of that in their version 3 of each of their A7 cameras and their A9. But it was up until their version 3. So just last year, they still only had 1 card slot. 2 versions with 1 card slot.
All right.
And messed up buttons and all that.
Let's put this one to rest, but we've got more to talk about because we're going to answer your questions in Frovertime, which is coming up in about probably 6 or 7 minutes after we talk about the one more thing because there is one more thing to talk about. Todd doesn't even know about this stuff. We've been working on, for years, people are like, why don't you sell presets? And I'm like, I hate presets. We're not actually selling presets yet, so don't worry about it. We're just telling you what we've been working on here. What, Todd?
We're not working on that, but we're not telling you that. We're telling you something else.
No, I'm just telling people we're not selling them today.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about yet.
We're not selling any presets today.
Okay.
I'm the one who said, call me an asshole if we ever sell presets.
Okay.
He said that multiple times.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, but the funny
I don't
thing
need
is,
an excuse.
the funny thing is when I started to make the preset, my Boomify preset, Dan, can you show my Boomify or whatever comes up first?
No, the first one is actually my preset.
Okay, skip that.
We should
Don't
just
do it.
start.
That's the best one.
Once I made my own preset, I was like, shit,
It works
this
well.
is working.
I did the same.
All right, we'll give you guys a quick taste.
A little sneak peek of our presets that we're currently working on.
Just
And we
the
spent
tip.
days on a lot of these.
Days.
No, I'd say weeks.
Hours.
Yeah. I mean,
Months.
we tested
Forever.
them. The big thing is that we tested them on every type of camera, going back to your old
iPhone.
D3.
I did
and
iPhone D3000, D70.
We did
So
Sony brands,
Canon
brands,
Fuji,
everything.
to
see if it worked well.
My preset is more than just 100 contrast, so just remember that.
It's 99, man. So,
be
Dan,
close.
let's run that first preset that we have.
And we're gonna have awesome names for them.
We are going to have awesome names, but we're not going to say it just yet. So you're going to see it down
I see it over
Jared.
here.
So this is the raw file, and then
Shot
when you
with like
add the preset, this is what it would look like. This is more, we're going for like more of an antique style look. Think of it as retro, a little bit of grain, a little bit of vignetting in
I
there.
can't believe
Hey, it
you
looks
actually-
muted
just
colors.
like my iPhoto.
It's a certain look,
editing.
and then we've got another photo after this, Dan, which I think works even better. These are literally with the preset slapped right on, and
Boom.
that's all.
Well-
Now, on occasion, you'll have to tweak not white balance, exposure.
Come back to me, Dan. Come back to me. Come back to Jared. I'm waiting. There, we're on me. I want to talk about the presets real fast. Just remember that a preset isn't meant to be you click a button and it's over and done with. It's to give you a general starting point, and then you can tweak from there. Because the one thing with my Boomify is that we can't tweak the exposure because we don't know whether your exposure is perfect. So we try to base it off of what a proper exposure would be, but that's never universal. So for us, it's tweaking the exposure more than anything else. But you could always go in there and tweak a little more.
Yeah. And
All right,
we've got
what else we
we've
got?
got a couple more. This one, if you raw file and then you go with the preset, this is more of a warmer, shadows lifted type look, more of a muted look. But I did some split toning and cross processing in this photo too, where I mixed a little more of those warmer tones in. And then the next photo as well, Dan. Same preset applied to this one right there. This one I think looks great with that preset added. And again, this is just simply I tried a ton of photos and just click it.
Is this
and
mine
boom.
or yours?
This is
Let's see.
believe yours.
Yeah,
this is Jared's.
that's called Boomify.
This one will reveal the name. It's Boomify. It's pretty obvious.
Well, I was going to call mine Boomify.
That's weird.
That's weird.
that just looks so incredible. The crazy thing was when I was going through the 50-some pictures that I picked and I started to go through them with my Boomify. Go to the next one, Dan. You can go to the next one. I was just like, shit, I like this better than my original edit.
Yeah.
And then I was surprised as hell for that. This is an old one from a D2XS. All
Yeah,
I had
again,
to
we
tweak
went-
was the exposure. I
we
was
went
off by like 2
Back
stops.
to 2008 and 2007 and tried to see how the preset would work. And
Oh,
just
look,
slap
they're wearing
them
your
on, and it
jeans,
looks great.
Jared.
And then we got the next one, too. I think you have one more of these Boomified presets.
Oh, yeah.
This one you had to adjust exposure on a little
Yeah,
bit.
bend
but
folds.
Slap it on
And boom.
And boom.
Pretty damn close.
It's
Pretty damn
crunchy.
close.
Yeah. And then keep going, Dan, for the next one. This one I really like, and I'm not going to reveal the name, but it has to do with baseball. Let's say that. This is more of a straight-up split-toned teal and orange type look, which is hot on the streets, especially now. But I did a lot of work on the split toning and messing with the process in Lightroom for this.
And you just have to remember it's not going to work for everything.
This is more of an 80s, dusk, summertime type look. Dan, go to the next one.
It's called Stranger Things.
Exactly. This is Jared's He-Man photo that you took
I
years
like
back.
this one. I saw this edit and I was like, shit.
And I think for certain types of looks that you're going for, if you want to make it look like an older retro photo, or if you're into that cross-process, split-toned style, this is great. So that's personally one of my favorites that I worked on. And then this one is more of a split-toned black and white sepia tone type look.
Nice vignette,
A little
Steven.
creamy, which I really like.
Yeah, I mean, it's
don't
personal
hold
preference.
back on that vignette.
Yeah.
That's not my vignette.
What are you saying? That's from the lens?
Oh, that one. So that's basically, crushing your blacks on that. And then go to the next one, Dan. And this is the same one applied here.
That's a vignette.
And it's more of a harder, creamy type look, which I really like. I think it works well in a lot of photos.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one, we've got, this one I like a lot. It's more of a vintage style look. Again, some split toning in there for the colder tones. And the next photo we've got is actually one of my recent photos that I've taken. It's of Mike Shinoda, and he's behind the mic stand. And if you apply that preset on there, you get that. It's more of a brownish toned image. I really love how this one looks on a lot of photos that I tried it on.
And that's it?
And I don't know, Dan, is there any more? Oh, and then there's also this, I'm going for
there's a
more of like
couple
a
more.
dark moon type look. This is a photo that we took in Vegas, actually, when we were flying in the helicopter.
Oh.
And that's with the preset applied. It's more of a steel type look, gothic look. And then, Dan, we've got one more after that. And same thing, this is from the Sony A7 III shoot. And that's with that preset applied. So a lot of different presets we're working on.
And that's
just a preview of some of them.
Well, that's the amazing thing is you have them, once you install them, they give you a starting point. And I fought it.
I'd say it's even more than a starting point
Well,
with
that's
these.
true. Well, yeah, 'cause
We
we're
tried
just that
them on
good.
a lot. We did a lot of trial and error to see, does it work with just one click?
It was 100. I broke out at least 100 pictures, and I'm about to break out even more from more recent cameras.
Yeah, I gotta test them
so
out
that
a
we
few
can
more.
just keep going through and testing with all the different ones. The point is, if you want presets, like, what do you guys think of these presets?
Yeah.
Do you like seeing this? Put it like hashtag preset like
Is
or
there
something
a
in the
specific
comments.
one you like the best?
With something you would like to see. The point of a
Yeah.
preset.
What do you got? What do you want?
We live in a preset world. You want to be able to hit a button and get a
And
really
I'm
good
a
look.
preset girl.
Exactly, Barbie girl. I got it. I said that the other
And
day.
again, we both talked about how after we were working on these, how easy it is to use these presets on photos that we both really never used presets.
my
in the
personal
past.
presets.
I
Yeah.
also have a preset that's coming out. It sets your camera to 12,800, so
Adds an insane
look for
amount
that.
of color noise.
I
and
call
grain.
that golden hour, pretty much.
Yeah, that's explosive.
But the biggest thing I want to know is what kind of presets do you guys use? Is there any type of photos that we've taken in the past and you want to know how we process that? Is there a certain preset you're looking for that we should give you? So that's what we need, feedback.
For me, a lot of people wanted to know, how do I make my images so boomy?
Yeah.
And this will
Crunchy,
allow
black
you
and
to
white
have
photos.
that. And it's more than just going to 100 on the contrast.
It's 99.
It's not
No,
just
it- no,
that.
it's way more.
It's a little more than that.
It's way more.
So
Custom tone curves, split toning, calibration processes, all of that. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Really fine-tuning and tweaking everything.
So it saves you
Colors,
guys time if we decide.
HSL.
So anyway, we've come to the end of this part.
Yeah.
I hope the explosive discussion made sense. Please stay tuned. Dan looks like he's about to throw up. Is this where it's going to happen? Is this where it's going to
It's
happen?
like Hot Tub Time Machine. Is it going to be now when his arm gets cut off?
Stay tuned for Frovertime because we're going to start talking to you guys. and answer your questions and sit there with you. So, yeah, don't forget, go to frontnosphoto.com/back-to-school. Use the code FRO48OFF starting today. It ends on the 5th of September. That will give you 48% off any of the guides. Any of them. My phone is ringing. Hopefully it's not my dad again.
Is he calling again?
Hello?
Are you still taping?
Yes, we're still taping.
I love how you answer that.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. I'm getting an echo. I can hear
We'll
myself.
call you back.
What's that?
Bye.
You do want apples. All right, goodbye.
I'm getting an echo. Oh, that was good.
So anyway, go take care of that. Purchasing some stuff to feed Morgan, maybe.
Please.
And Steven, this is Steven. Dan, cut to Steven so we can do that. Stick around for Frovertime. You can find Steven's website at...
Find my website that's non-existent. No, follow me at S_Eckert anywhere on the socials.
Todd?
Here I am. Where's my thing, Dan? Oh, right there. You can follow me here,
Are we cutting to Dan?
and then you can check out my YouTube. It's dope. Oh, I got something brewing on YouTube, by the way.
Something brewing?
Something stupid.
There we go. There's
Yeah.
Daniel's son.
There's Dan. He may throw up.
No throw up yet.
All right, now
Still
cut back to
alive.
me. Cut back to me. Guys, I'm going to do a sign-off. Then we're going to all clap, and we'll be into Frovertime.
I'm not clapping.
I'm not
I'm
clapping.
not clapping.
It's fine. I will clap.
Nope.
No clap.
Thank you very much for watching RAWtalk episode number 249. If you're listening at home on the audio podcast and you want to check out Frovertime, go watch it on the YouTube. Jared FrontNosphoto.com. See ya.
Peace.
Start Frovertime.
Terrible clap. Absolutely terrible clap.
Better clap.
Even worse.
All right, let's talk to
Really
the people
bad.
now.
Hopefully we've been live this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were. Yeah, we were.
I saw like 1,600 people.
It's at 13 something now. 13
That's-
some
It's
change.
because you offended them.
I see Jared's comment. Yay. That's all I see.
So
let me
let's
see
see.
here. Pop out
Preset
check.
for Capture One. I don't know about that.
By the way, these presets are specifically for Lightroom only currently. We are Lightroom users. We live in the Adobe atmosphere right now. the
Presets.
platform.
Hashtag presets suck. Hate them all.
Presets suck.
Pretty much.
Let me pause that feed so I don't watch myself. Just looking at these comments.
Shut up, Dad Fro. We're taping.
Now teach people how to edit instead. Well, we do that as well. Todd, hashtag preset is golden showers. Do we have any super
Yes, that's
chats up in
correct.
here?
If we did, I mean, yeah,
Really?
it was really early on. Yeah.
Oh.
Look at
Now's
Steven,
the
all
time
grown up
to
with
throw
his
some
tiny
money
beard.
at us, so we'll read your comment.
Yeah, you guys take a look because I'm going to go check in on the back
I
end
want a
here.
Steven preset that makes all the photos sweaty. I can do that. I can definitely do that, Jimmy Picks.
Dick.
Friggin' asshole. I mean, what?
Oh.
Hey?
What'd you say, Steven?
Nothing.
Nancy?
Yes.
You're not Nancy.
Guys, if you have a question, try and make it in all caps or
Yeah,
write question
put question
first.
at the front.
Oh, Cody Crooks sent $1. Then Team Martin USA sent $5. Here's some scratch for the pinball machine. $1.99 from Oberhammer. We love. I'm not reading that. This is what it says. I'm not reading that.
Which one?
Which one?
Oh.
I'm not reading that.
We have
We
a
just
couple.
got one from Cameron Borders, $5. How much of a deal breaker is that new Z camera only having one slot?
Look, you're gonna either choose to do it or choose not to. In the grand scheme of things, haven't had, knock on wood, in my Nikons fail, but
I mean, how often do you personally, anybody out there, how often do you personally use shoot redundantly?
well, I do every time.
I know you do. I never have.
until
Well,
it goes wrong.
you
It's
also
going to
shoot
go terribly
video.
wrong. Yeah, it's going to go terribly wrong at some point. But
Yeah.
you know.
Now, I thought the Z7 recorded externally and internally at the same time.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
that's
could do.
dual redundant in terms of video recording.
Yeah.
But it's still a pain in the ass to do that.
Did you know the GH5 has dual SD card slots?
Okay. But
No.
to video, that I figured another brand probably had that.
Is it worth buying a 1DX Mark II or waiting until the upgrade, assuming it's coming out for the 2020 Olympics. Would you like to wait a year and a half to buy a camera? I mean, if you need it now, then get it. If you don't. But try to find a refurb because it could be a good deal. Think Canon will match the Z specs. I would assume they'll be pretty similar if I had to guess.
Yeah, I would hope that they're on par, but a little better. We'll see.
What's Todd laughing at?
Chris Wilson said, it's like we're all shouting now because everybody's putting stuff in caps.
Oh.
Here's another question. Canon or Nikon, which has better color science?
I don't know. I don't give a shit about color science. I just take pictures.
And then I use my presets.
And then I boomify it. That's it. That's the answer.
I mean, I've always been a fan of Canon's. I do love Nikon's contrast. It's always very vibrant.
I like
but
Nikon's grain structure.
I think
always
Canon's, I do too. Their grain structure is very nice. Canon usually has more color noise, but I think Canon's skin tones always have been the best. And I find that an issue a lot with the shooting with the Sony A7 III. The skin tones are always a little off and hard to bring back.
Look, I read these questions. Is the color on the D850 superior to Sony's color? All I know is I take pictures and I edit them and they look good generally. I don't really get super hung up on that stuff personally.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people do, but you're not one of them.
Who's going to do a super chat next?
I am.
Have you guys seen the rumored spec on the new Sony A7 III yet? I have not personally seen that.
No, I haven't.
I would hope they would announce something around Photokina. I don't know if it's going to be the A7 III or maybe something like they're saying the A6 or 7000, the 6500 successor. We'll see.
That I don't know, Steven. I don't know.
I chose to pre-order the Z7, and I don't feel bad about it.
I wouldn't feel bad about it either.
Yeah.
It uses all of your lenses perfectly.
Yeah. There's so many caps.
Well, you're the one who asked.
Look at Steven's skin tones, red. Yeah. I have very
That's
red
Nikon.
skin for sure.
That's what Nikon does to you.
Yep.
Digging the new
These D850s,
haircut.
really. I'm not really red. It's just the D850 skin tones.
Do
Terrible.
verses of your blinded me science. I'm just reading, so if we have dead air, it's okay.
Are you guys going to Photokina this year? We
No,
are not.
I canceled that.
You
real
did cancel
fast. Expensive. One, it's expensive, and everything that we know, like Nikon's already announced this stuff, and who knows? I just don't think there's usually announcements there. It's usually all done.
I do want to clarify too. There's someone saying is Nikon Z is their AFC limited to 5.5 frames per second? That's only with the AE. If you're a manual shooter, you're still getting 8 or 9 frames per second, depending on how your settings are in terms of format. If you're compressed RAW, uncompressed, 12-bit, 14-bit.
Oh, come on, Kyle Jackson.
Oh, he's yelling at you, though.
I have nothing interesting to
I have
ask.
nothing interesting to say or ask.
So here's $2 Canadian, which is like $1. Thanks. No, thank you, Kyle.
I was going to say thank you. Yeah.
I was making a joke. I was
Sure you were.
I was playing the funny
Sure you
card.
were.
I was being funny.
Sure.
Can the A7 III use 2 UHS-2 cards even though it has one? Yeah, it can use 2 UHS-2, but it's going to slow down to the UHS-1 slot.
Wait, this is how you get blocked. This guy. Put in timeout. Boom.
Oh.
Can I be the official presets beta tester?
Who dat?
Ja Beans.
Ja Rule.
Oh, message deleted by Jared Polin.
Yeah, that guy. He's in timeout for 300 seconds.
Timeout.
Alex Powell. Jared, what is your opinion of the D70-100? It comes right before the D70-200.
Wow, that's an older
They
camera
even
at
have
this
a
point.
70. It's fine.
They had a 7200. That's the one we reviewed at the...
The 7000 I
Tennis.
hated. No, the tennis was a
Oh,
7500. We're that far behind there. It's fine, man. It's a camera. It's going to do the job. If you're just looking to learn and it's affordable and you can get it and you can put glass on it, then go shoot. Seriously, we got to get back to talking about that shit. Just because it's a little older doesn't mean it's not going to get you good results. It may not be the fastest shooting or the fastest focusing, but it's certainly damn good at doing all those things still.
Yeah?
Why don't people use NFC for Canon backup on location? Do you need an extra card because you can back up with the app? If you had to back up,
Oh, bravo.
if you had to back up files, it's not gonna. You're gonna kill the battery life if you're doing it wireless. You're gonna kill the battery, and it's gonna take forever to happen.
Does Adobe need to go back to perpetual licensing? I personally love the Creative Cloud. I'm all about
Sorry,
that
Paul.
subscription plan.
Alex, Paul.
I love the constant updates, all the bug fixes, not having to wait a year for a new bug fix. I'd say it doesn't need to go back.
I'm going to LA soon. Sue Ali asked.
Why is 60p so sought after? Just for slow motion and post. Personally, I only use 60p if I'm doing slow-mo.
It looks terrible when you look at videos on YouTube that are done in 60p.
Some people like to shoot 60p.
It just looks horrible.
I'm 24p all day. More of that cinematic look, that realistic blur.
All day.
60p is just too realistic. It looks like you're shooting with a camcorder at that point, in my opinion.
How's Taco Bell Becky doing?
She's fine. She's fine. She's looking good.
12,800 for life. Such a good thing. Thoughts on purchasing a C100 Mark II versus waiting for a new Canon mirror? I would wait for a Canon mirrorless. The size difference.
Yeah.
How bad was the new kit lens on the Z series? I'm not answering that because you said Z. It's not Z. Z's dead, bro.
Someone said Fuji.
I'm just kidding. It's not the 24-70 f4. It's fine, but it's an f4. I didn't get to use it outside. I'm not a fan of f4s.
Yeah. Fuji X-T3 September 6th. Any thoughts? Is that just a rumor? I think. I mean, the X-T2 was a solid camera. We liked it. I like the grip way better in the XH one.
If
but,
they come out, we're gonna have to make a preview of that.
The X-T3. I mean, that's probably gonna be a solid camera. I'm
Did
sure.
you think about that, Stephen? If that rumor's true,
what?
we'd have to make a preview of that.
Yeah. Steve, what are your views on the Z6? It's their A7 III. It's more the video-centric one, less focusing points. It's a great price.
Here's one of
$2,000 price camera.
Meredith's.
I would go Z6 all day instead of Z7 personally.
I am not sure. Well, you'd go for the video, right?
That's what I mean.
And I'm not sure.
Because it's basically the A7 III and A7R III versions on the Nikon side.
Robert Tolley, who's gave us £2. Thank you. That's like $20 US. Canon 10D user with fast. Holy shit, 10D.
10D.
It's got to be like
That's
15 years
back. Yeah.
Wow. What do you think about speed boosters? I don't even know what that is. I'm not a fan of that.
Metabones. Yeah. Todd, a couple questions about your movie too.
Again, we're casting. We're casting.
What roles? Because I could fill him in these shorts. I could play Toddy.
We're casting an older guy who actually owns the store, who has to be like a ringer, who has to be like a known name, and it's
Bill Murray.
It's tricky. We talked about Bill.
Did you call his 1-800 number and pitch
No.
it to him?
I wanted to, but
Just do it. What do you have to lose?
I don't have the number.
Google, what is Bill Murray's 1-800 number?
Yeah, I've done that. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, you did? Here, let me call him. I know a couple of people. How about Martin Short?
You know what? Look, there's a laundry list of people that we can sit here and talk about.
I have a connection.
I get it. All right, fine. But there's a lot. Like, there's tons of people out there that you're like, oh, because somebody suggested. Shoot, I forget the guy's name. The tall guy from Home Alone. The
Daniel
tall
Snyder.
Daniel Stern.
Yeah.
Got recommended to me. He actually, his agent represents Henry, and I was like, man, great, awesome,
Jackson.
yeah. But it's one of those
Read
things
that comment.
you gotta have a name that you can put on the poster that people will be like, yeah, here's some money. So that's kind of where we're at.
Kyle Jackson sent us $2 Canadian, which again is like $1, for
Sorry.
ice cream to share, not with Dan.
Someone said tripod or monopod. That's
Depends what
tough.
you're doing.
Tripod.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the go, monopod. If you're locked and loaded,
How about
tripod
this?
all day.
I hate
but
monopods.
Did you need grades in school to pursue photography as your career? Where I went, if you could write a check, they would take you. I mean, that's really what it came down to.
Richard Klein Greenpeace is actually coming out online soon, so
Is it? Where?
to be announced soon.
Oh. Gregory Flat, $5. What do you not like about the speed boosters?
I don't think you've ever really used
I've never
them.
used one, to be honest with you.
So there's not much thought to be had there.
You want your $5 back? I'm sorry. Am I allowed to return that? Let
People
me
love
see.
speed boosters. I've never personally used them, so I've no comment. But
Did you
I've
know?
heard great things.
Did you know I could put him in timeout for using I could put him in timeout.
Wait,
even
like it
though
actually says timeout?
Yeah, I put somebody in timeout already.
How long can they not
It said
comment
300
for?
seconds.
That's funny.
300
It's really not that long.
Hashtag Dan Puke on camera.
Will Nikon actually be good at pushing out firmware updates for the Z series? That's a good question.
no answer to
Will
that.
they be like Fuji, where it's a freaking update every other day? Will I don't know about any other brand. I would say Fuji's the biggest one with updates right now.
Yeah.
I wish Canon and Nikon did that more often. I wish it wasn't one firmware update a year.
The guy goes, "Can we get horn?" What does that mean?
Oh,
I know what it means.
Get what?
Can
Porn
Dan
or
vomit, please? Jared, you need a one wheel.
No, I don't.
I would love to see you ride that.
Dude, see me ride a one wheel in Fishtown and Kensington.
You'd hit every
and
pothole.
hit every pothole.
You
and
would
every,
look like a circus clown with that
crack-
and a unicycle in your hair. You'd look like a circus clown.
every crack addict on the street.
Vomit, vomit, vomit.
Dan, how do you feel though? Give me a thumbs up, down, or in the middle, depending on how you.
He's a middle.
He's leaning to down. Shit, if
Ooh.
we go a little longer, he might lose it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good to wrap this up if you're ready.
Yeah, that's what she said. All right. Anybody else?
Well, you know what? I saw Richard Klang asked a couple times about shooting a music video with the red, a Ronin, some lights and stuff like that. He was asking me how much I thought that should be. I wouldn't do a music video for less than like something like that, $2,500, or even not even less than $5,000. There's just too much work, too much.
$5,000.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's too hard to do a decent video. It's just too hard.
Is
I turned down a music video like a week ago.
What band?
I'm not going to get into that, but I really like the artist. They tour all over the place. I was like, no.
It's a lot of work.
You got to pay. Yeah, exactly. It's just too much work.
A lot of work.
It's too much work
For not that
so
much
$2,500 to $5,000.
How much time did they
Klang.
need? How long was the shoot? Because was it going to take away from your tissue time?
It was like 2 days. It was a 2-day shoot, but there were also lots of issues with. There was a lot of post production that was going to be involved with it.
$5 from Techno Accessorize. Do you think the Z series will have to drop their price with the poor low light focusing? No, see, okay, I want to give you your money back. I want to put you in timeout. And terrible glass, and of course the one. First off, how do you know that it has poor low light focusing? Because I used it in the same situation that the other people used it in, all other press people, and I got focus.
See, I have EVF recorded footage from the Atomos of the Z6 or Z7 when you were actually shooting with it, like testing it out before we started filming. And you could see in low light, it was very dark. There was no lights. It was hitting everything. But we didn't show that in any footage.
Let's post it because I'm tired of the narrative being pushed by one terrible video that's out there. Seriously.
Well, I had to put a video out, so
Yeah.
sorry.
Frame tab.
No, it's just misinformation or user error. Just call it what it is. James Muffin. Do you think they will fix SnapBridge? I think they did. I think that they did talk about
So
that.
the D3500 is supposed to have the updated version of SnapBridge, which they're raving about. Same with the Z series.
Oh snap!
Nothing's as good as Canon's.
I've hated
Oh,
SnapBridge.
snap.
Canon's always been the Kinect app. It's great.
Yeah. So anyway, let's wrap it up, guys.
Let's wrap it up.
Thank you guys for staying for Frovertime.
Yeah.
We are going to not be here next week. We forgot to say that.
we forgot to say that. Yeah.
It'll just
We
be
will
me
not
and
be
Dan.
here.
Yeah.
I'll be watching Dan throw up.
We won't be here, so I'll have to put a note up somehow that says we won't be here next week.
So that means we will return on the 14th of September, if all goes to plan.
With more stuff to talk
With
about.
more stuff to talk about.
Yay!
Leave it at that.
Probably more Nikon news.
Probably.
Like leaving shit out.
Yep.
They're gonna put in
Yep,
0
yep.
card slots in the next camera.
Yeah.
You just have to remember the pictures in the memory of your mind.
All right. I'm closing the lid. Thank you guys for watching the Frovertime and joining us today. Just stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we'll be back for Friday. And as
September
always,
14th.
just
We'll be
come on back.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Dan, cut the show. Cut the show in 5 and 4. And he's going to throw up right now. 2, 1,
Wait
throw
for
up.
it.